Welcome back, everybody, to Grand Tactician, the Civil War. I'm Grubby Grandpa Gaming, and this is episode 29 of our Confederate Summer 61 campaign in version 1.10 using the A.O.M mod. Now, in the last episode, we saw the Battle of Council Bluffs and a couple of naval actions down in the Gulf where it looks like we're making some headway. So, it's also October 1st, so we got a few things to go over here. So, the Corps of Rio Grande at the Battle of Council Bluffs saw off the 1st Corps of the Army of the Iowa. And they are not going to be able to stand here any longer, because you also have the 1st Corps of the Army of Missouri here, which is a battle-hardened unit. And both these corps together outnumber me about 5 to 1. So I'm ordering the Corps of the Rio Grande actually to head north. I was originally going to have them track south and then start tracking east to support Jackson, but I have other ideas. So he's going to head north now up to this location and then track east towards Indian Village up in Minnesota. And hopefully sit there until his readiness goes up. And then I'm going to track him north again, avoiding... What town is this? St. Paul, Minnesota. Avoid this area altogether. You got this fort here is not going to be able to take down. And I'm going to actually have him head up here to Duluth. And while they're there, hopefully buy some that good underwear they make up there. But from Duluth, I'm going to move him by boat, hopefully, over here to Otonagon. And then have them start raiding down through the Upper Peninsula, south towards Fond du Lac, and into Milwaukee. So taking a little grand tour of some of the coldest regions of the country, but it might be worth the shot just to see if I can do it. And see if we can't get them raiding down into Chicago, which I think would be hilarious. Also from there... We have a lot going on here in Missouri. We're about to have another battle here between the Corps of the Arkansas and the 1st Corps of the Army of Indiana. Which will be interesting because they have no artillery and neither does the Corps of the Arkansas. And they have basically comparable numbers of infantry. So this will be an interesting battle to see. Neither side has cavalry. I don't think this Corps has any cavalry right now. Nope. Their cavalry's still gone. So it's going to be straight up infantry fight from my side and some infantry and cavalry from their side. So what my hopes are here. And I figured out why the orders are taking so long to get to these corps. If you notice this command ring for the Army Command, that should be a much, much bigger ring. It's because his readiness is all the way down the red. And it really doesn't seem to be coming up at all. I was trying to pull him back in support range of this other corps, but it's not going to happen. So my hope is here, seeing this corps off, they come back down south here to Mexico. I'm going to continue moving the Corps of the Arkansas out here to Quincy, because you do have all of these. You have 2 more corps down here from, forget which army that is, that we fought over in this area that retreated up to Georgetown. And you have the Army of Indiana with 1 corps over here. Or 2 corps. So there's 4 corps in this pocket here. And they're still drawing supplies through Quincy. So I'm hoping to seize Quincy, cut off their supply lines. And then the 2 armies, the Western Department and the Army of Tennessee, can shut down this pocket and disintegrate these armies. So the Corps of Eastern Tennessee is on its way back to Raleigh. The Corps of Western Tennessee is on its way up to Pappinsville. And the Army Command is going to sit right out here somewhere, kind of connecting the 2. And I want to shut this pocket down, see if we can't disintegrate these armies. That's my hope, at least. Moving further east, the Jackson's tour of Ohio is going unmolested. So, Corps of Kanawha has seized Cincinnati. Corps of Monongahela has seized Columbus. So the Monongahela is now on its way north to Cleveland. The Army Command is heading north right up to this railroad junction here. And the Corps of Kanawha is moving up here to Lima And it's going to sit there. I thought about sending them up to Toledo, but I'd rather have them stay here and mask these 2 core while I complete the reduction of Cleveland. Then I can send the Monongahela over to Toledo. So it doesn't look like these core out east are moving to support. They're sitting here right in front of the Army of Virginia. So it looks like I might be able to grab all the capturable cities in Ohio, which would be a first for me. Be interested if we can get that done. And over here in Virginia, it's still quiet. So the only force of any size really is the 1st Corps of the Army of the West at 27,000. And the 1st Corps of the Army of Potomac, which is at 22,000. And these other corps itself down here, these are all 3,100, 5,500, 5,500. Zero Army of Michigan. Okay, so 5,500 men in that army. Nothing out here scares me. Those 2 corps match my 2 corps, plus their little extra supports. I'm not worried about it. There is nothing there that scares me right now. Heading down towards the Gulf, New Orleans Squadron didn't get into a fight. They're retreating back now to, I can never remember the name of this port. Apalachicola. The Raiders Squadron is bringing their readiness back up, so as soon as that's full green again, I'll send them back out to hit this fleet again. And the French Disappointment is returning to port at Tampa. As soon as they get green readiness again, we'll send them out to find this fleet also. Hopefully we can get this fleet disintegrated and then come back and take on these 2 fleets. And finally clear the Gulf out. But looks like they got some of their strength back up. This was... Blockade Squadron 2 was down to 4 ships with 5. They had 9 ships, but they had 5 disabled. It looks like they got them back. And the Key Squadron still has 2 disabled ships. I think it was more than that, but hopefully that won't be an issue and we can still take them down. And then the Gulf will be clear and hopefully earning us some more money. Alright. Am I forgetting something here? Does not look like it. So we're going to continue with the operations here in Missouri. It's turned into more of a quagmire than I wanted, but that is the way it is. Ohio, I don't know what's going... I don't know. I really didn't have any plans for Ohio. I'm just taking advantage of what the AI is giving me. So I'm going to keep running with that one. See if we can't flip Ohio. That'd be hilarious. Oh, yes, and Bragg's Corps is finishing construction of their supporting depot. That should be done in about 9 days, I think. Yep, that'll be ready in 9 more days. Once that's complete, I'll send them down here to Fort Kearny. So we already got support in Nebraska up to 10%. Let's see if we can't get that higher. Support in Kansas is up to 37%. All right, now it's time to move on to the monthlies for October. There's going to be a few things here. Our current economy is A+, which I don't think is correct, but we'll run with that. See, even our liabilities reset. Our liabilities are at 65 million, so even our liabilities did a hard reset. So, let's see what happens there. So, the economic cycle is recovery. Wealth population is mediocre increasing. Our tax revenues were 249 million. Oh, it says tax revenues increased, but that's your intake right there. Didn't construct any buildings. Last month was 1.2 billion worth of goods out with 1.8 coming in. So I got to start taxing the hell out of that stuff because our exports are now close to our imports. And average core production over the last 3 months was 232 million, change to plus 79 million. So as we are short of locomotives, artillery, ammunition, and full of fish, cotton, and salt. Though we are short fish. I don't know why it says that. It says we're short fish by... No, we're not. Okay. I could have sworn I'd seen fish on this list. But the shortages that we have are long-running shortages. This list was short. It has grown larger. Once again, it's the artillery ammunition, the machine parts, because we've done a lot more fighting with bigger battles that we're now coming up on ammunition issues. The other issues were generally there to begin with. Food production's slightly down below demand. Iron ore production's a little below demand by about 15,000. Leather production's still way short. I don't know why we're not producing tobacco. That doesn't seem right, but we're not. It's the first time that alert's popped up. And everything else is the same. Machine parts, flour production, stuff like that. That's all has not changed. Over here, intelligence. So, the federal government's already working on Militia Act 3, so they didn't get hard reset the way we did. They still kept some of their policies. That's disturbing. They haven't recruited anybody, but I don't believe that, because we'll take a look at their numbers here in a minute. And 5 new ships have started construction. What is it with the AI and building ships they are not using? Alright, so if we come over here to strategy. So I didn't show you guys in the last episode, but I looked at this again before I shut down last time. Union has 221,278 men in the field. That was lower. So that intelligence report is wrong. Because I had these guys knocked down to about 198,000, I think it was. So they didn't recruit much, but they did recruit. They recruited a lot, actually. So I had them knocked down below 200,000. Now they're back up. They're replacing their losses as fast as we knock them out, which is not helping us in the least bit. If we come over here to military, I have no troops available. I have 454 volunteers available. It was closer to 800, but I did recruit 4 batteries out of Delaware to send out to Cordy, Arkansas, because they need artillery, because they don't have any at all. So state support's at 52, so I don't know how effective those batteries will be. And I only had 177 men in Arizona Territory, so I only would have been able to recruit 1 battery, so I just left it as is. So I'm surprised we didn't recruit anybody out of Arizona. But 454 volunteers. I got 36,463 drafts available, but those will be getting used to replace losses and not create units. And even that pool is shrinking and fast. Now, moving on into finances, Union's doing something because their economy just tanked down all the way to negative 11 million. So I don't know what's going on there. Will it be helpful to us? I highly doubt it. But we'll see. You see our revenues last month were $229 million. So our expenditures are still high, but not as high as they were. When I was doing my draft blitz to refill all those brigades, my expenditures were over $600 million. It's now down to It's now down to $431 million. So we're just short $202 million a month, and I'm hoping that these ports clearing up will alleviate that. Plus, the railroad is almost finished. So that's at 97%. So that's got another 15 days to complete. So unblocking these ports plus that railroad opening it up should help alleviate some issues. And then hopefully I can get some money to build the train running from Tallahassee up to Savannah. So that'll run from Tallahassee to Jacksonville and up to Savannah. Let's see if we can't get that one built, and then we should have no money issues at that point. Policies. So still working on Militia Act 2. That is 7 days away from completion. As soon as that's done, we'll head into Militia Act 3. And then we'll move into Military 2. And then from there down into the draft. Projects, I don't think I actually have anything available. Reborn muskets. Yeah, I'm not ordering those. No, thank you. We saw what happened at the start of the campaign. That was like 700 and something days for 10,000 of those things. I am not falling into that trap again. So what we are saving for is the Confederate rifles, which is going to be a while. We need $2.5 million. I got $734,000 in the bank. So that's going to be a while. Also, another thing to discuss is the prison camp. It looks like the AI is auto-releasing prisoners. I don't know if you'll remember, like I said last episode, at the end of the battle, I said I could have sworn there were more prisoners in there. And there were. And look at this, 8,599 prisoners out of 7,500. This was at 17,000, 16 or 17,000 to close the last episode. Prior to that, it was over 18,000. So the AI is auto-releasing prisoners. I'm not happy about that. But let's just finish the job and let's just get rid of all of them. There we go. Send them all home. See if we can't get some soldiers back through a parole action. I don't know if it works that way or not. Alright, I think that covers everything for now. So I will be back pretty shortly here with the battle outside of, looks like Bloomington? Bloomington. So I'll be back. Alright, so the 1st Corps of the Army of Indiana is gauging my Corps of the Arkansas. Like I said, these guys, I was trying to get them closer just to get the orders in time. So, Edward Canby is the Army commander. Alright, I think I said last time I didn't know who he was. He's actually not a very well-known general, but he was actually a very good general by all accounts. Even Grant thought very highly of him. Not as a field commander, but as an administrative officer. Apparently he was very good, and you do need officers that are like that. So we're going to take this battle, and I will be back after the load screen. Welcome to the Battle of Bloomington. So we have fought on this map before, just from a different direction. It's where the AI had actually set up a good defense, but looks like the objective point's in the same location. Their defense was set up along here, which was a good defense position, to be honest. It's a tough nut to crack, but it would have been better if the seizure point was the top of Birch Hill, because I'd love to put the Union AI through the same type of attack I had to go through. But that's not the case. So we're defending back here by Williamson Church. So fairly straightforward. I've only got the 3 divisions. So division here, and a division here, just in case they decide to use this track like I did last time. I doubt they will, but it's a possibility. So just a very straightforward inline defense. I don't know if I have any viewer units in this army. Oh, first Confederate State sharpshooters have finally arrived. All right. So they'll be on the extreme right, it looks like. So I'm going to get these boys set up in defense. Don't think I'll even come back with dispositions. What I just said is what's going to happen. So I'll be back once the action starts. Alrighty, we have moved into day 2. So the Federals actually had to cross the entire map. They did start all the way back here in this township. Small town, farm, whatever you want to call it. And now down here towards Cobb Town. So it looks like they're coming down the main road and be coming up this way. They're not even going to try and do what I did and use the side tracks. So I've tightened up my defenses a little more over here on the front. So you got Paxton's division in the center here. Maury's division on the right. And I keep forgetting to rename this division. The Native Allies division. With 1 brigade on the fence line with 2 brigades in reserve, which should be enough to see the job done. So it looks like it's going to be a very straightforward affair. So I'm currently building some defensive works here with my engineers. They should have it done before the Federals approach. So I'll be back once the action kicks off. Alright, we got the Federal Cavalry approaching. Sounds like their infantry's all up back here. Marching over the mountain. I don't see any dust trails, so I don't know what the hell they're doing. I can just hear them. So we should see this cavalry brigade off pretty quickly. Just shifting positions here, so should have done this in the pre-deployment, moving the Confederate States sharpshooters into a position where they should see some more action. These guys are almost done building the works. I don't know if they're going to attack down this way. I'll get in a position. Let's go. Good boys. Yeah. How the hell we lose sight of the cavalry? I can hear the infantry now, so they're coming. We can see infantry, but not the cavalry. How the hell can we not see the cavalry? They're right here. That's just odd. There we go. Oh, they're not going to ride right into my lines as usual. Okay, I'll take that. Let's see what we got here. Springfields. Yeah, I think everybody here, except for this brigade, is armed. Everybody is armed with Springfield rifles, except for this one brigade, because it's actually a full-strength brigade, and I only had enough Springfield muskets to issue those out. And it looks like they're coming around to my flank. Hello. That's interesting. Start shifting that division. And they're ready to break. Both took some attrition overnight. Their morale's at 66, but judging by this brigade, it can't be that good. Boys in line right there, and then the engineers will sit on that flank. Yeah, they're sending everybody around to that flank. Get your orders yet? Come on. Looks like day one his orders went out immediately. Now his orders are not going out immediately anymore. Some skirmishers there. Yeah, they're coming to this flank. That is interesting. There goes another brigade down direction. It's funny, I can see what's going on back here, but I can't see what's going on right in front of me. Yeah, the closer they get, the harder it is for me to see them. That's just odd. Here come the skirmishers. You guys done building? Not quite. Have at 'em, boys. Alright, get back in. They are coming. We don't want to be out there in front of our own rifles. Is that cavalry charging straight in? No? Alright. Looks like Confederate State Sharpshooter is going to get most of the action off the start. These guys are just sitting back there. If there's nobody on this flank, I'm going to send these boys out to start moving on theirs. Never leave an open flank to me. I will tap that. It's a straight up in-line fight, and they are attacking against breastworks. It always seems like casualties tend to be, yeah, I mean, my casualties are just as high as theirs, and I'm sitting behind cover, which doesn't make sense. So let's start rolling these boys up. They're going to sit here, I'll let them sit there. You're going to have this fight done fairly quickly. I don't know why the casualties are so even when my men are sitting behind cover. I really don't. Break this brigade first, and we'll come in and take down these two. These guys are not advancing, so I'll take that. Those brigade moving on their flank. I even have troops up here, really. There. That brigade's falling back. I give these guys hold orders and they still haven't received them yet. I forgot this is the first battle, but I don't know why they're taking such heavy casualties. It doesn't make sense. Division commander's going to get wounded. See his staff dropping. saw them moving over here. This cavalry should not be standing any longer. These guys are armed with sharps, which is probably the case. As far as Maury didn't get wounded, you can see his staff officers dropping like flies. What are you doing, Claiborne? You guys can halt. Actually, was not expecting the engineers to get any action today, but looks like they're getting it. Alright, Tandy, come on over here, this flank. You get on the damn breastworks where I ordered you to originally. No good, that cavalry brigade's gone. Alright, sharpshooters, pull off. Why are these guys getting any cover bonuses? Is Tandy alright? Yeah, see off that brigade, get rid of them. Don't chase him. Don't chase him. That's a trap. My men are behind cover. We should not be taking casualties like this. This is just pissing me off now. And that brigade's gone. Alright, Tandy. Time to start hitting these boys. We got more coming down. They got a lot of maneuver brigades. barricade down. They're just taking a ton of casualties. I don't know, what's the point of putting your men behind breastworks if they're actually going to take as many or more casualties than the men attacking those breastworks? Could have sworn I ordered you guys back behind the line. Come on, hang in there, Shaver. There's no way these casualties should be so even. There's zero reason for it. Seems the AI's getting better at attacking, though. You guys recovered your morale. Get ready to come in here and replace these guys. No, I don't want to give you facing orders. Crap, Shaver broke. Hopefully he does not get defamed for that. Claiborne's driving me up a wall today. What the hell he's doing? Who's wounded? Paxton, Division Commander. How these guys only had 100 casualties? And we got their morale down to 40. Finish that brigade off. These guys look like they're taking like no casualties, which doesn't make sense. I've been closer on them. Tell me how to do with their fronting. There we go. Now they're dropping. Another brigade into the center. How the hell did I just lose sight of these guys? Come on, see that brigade off. They should have been gone already. Let's speed this along. And of course, Tandy brakes. And damn it. What's going on with this? The AI don't want to continue the attack. Here they come again. Guess they went for the morale to get back up. But they're coming at me piecemeal. Brigade really hasn't fought yet. guys recovered? Nope. Claymore, get out here on the flank. Need to start doing something. Why are they turning? Huh. Here comes another brigade forward. I don't know what's going on with these attacks. It's just odd. Maury's demoralized. See if we can't finish this brigade off. Shit, I didn't want you advancing. I had the wrong brigade clicked on. That Kentucky brigade is not fought yet. See if we can't cause them some hurt. Let's see if this forces them to draw off. We're in a major victory now, but our casualties are pretty close together. Their morale is now at 38. They shouldn't be fighting anymore. They're going to pull back, or are they going to come forward again? There they go. Alright, let's speed this along a little bit. That was a little bloodier than it really should have been. Jeez. Do a hard save right here. So let this roll off. There was no reason for this fight to have been so bloody. Well, I don't know. This isn't the first battle I've seen that in my campaign, or like Worms and War and some other players' campaigns, where even sitting behind breastworks, you're still taking casualties that don't make sense. My men were behind cover, but the casualty rates were even on, and I think both armies were equally well armed with rifled muskets or muskets. It looks like they had mostly rifled muskets in this army that fought me. There's no reason for the even exchange of casualties. So we took out 2,700 or 20,000 infantry, 250 of their 1,050 cavalry, for a total of 3,000 of their 21,000 man force. We lost 2,289 of our 19,735 infantry on the field. We didn't have anything else on the field. That's just frozen there. All right. Can't get that cleared off, but I just want to take a look at where are they? First Confederate sharpshooters. They didn't really do too well. Caused 281 casualties total, for a loss of 308 men. That's not that good. That's just frozen there. Let's see if we can exit out of this without it freezing. All right. Yeah, so I'm upset with that one. Just because of the casualties we took. Being on the defensive, being behind breastworks. We shouldn't have taken even casualties like that. It should have been more like 2-to-1 casualty ratio than a 1-to-1 casualty ratio like it was. It's almost like those breastworks didn't exist. And I'm wondering if that's the way the game registered it. Even though it showed the men having cover, I'm wondering if it even registered them being behind cover. So I'd like to hear your thoughts on that one, because I got no clue why it would be doing that at all. All right. Gerald Martindale loses face. That's not one of mine. All right, the enemy reportedly suffered total casualties of 3,061 men. Thereof 309 killed, 922 captured. Our casualties totaled 2,289 men, with 222 killed and 445 missing. We captured 1,776 rifles and 0 guns from the battlefield, and we sent 836 men down to Andersonville. That's all Andersonville has right now, is those men. So let's get this rolled off. It's a 2-day fight, so that should go away. There they go. And they are retreating towards Quincy. Not where I wanted them to go. Court of Missouri, we're going to have you head down to City of Mexico. The Cordy, Arkansas, where it is. Armored Command right there to connect you boys. Now hopefully we can trap these other 2 corps down here and disintegrate them. It's going to take a while for these units to move. Or Eastern Tennessee is not moved at all. That's a little odd. Let's pause here. Now we're looking out here. These units still have not moved apparently. Oh, and it looks like they have started forming an army of the Ohio. That won't be ready before the Court of Monongahela gets there. I'm running out of supplies in Ohio, though we have captured a lot. That's not good. And it doesn't look like anything's moved in the east. How are we looking down here in the Gulf? These guys still have not made it to port. Raider Squadron, how you guys looking? Almost back up to readiness. Alright. So I do believe we will pause this one here. So that battle drug on long enough for us, even though it wasn't a big battle. Casualty-wise, that was a pretty high casualty battle for a fight that size. So, if you're a new viewer, returning viewer, if you're not yet subscribed, please think about hitting that subscribe button. If you do, remember hit that bell icon so you alert when the next videos come out. If you'd like a brigade of one of my armies, please let me know in the comments below. Type of unit, state it's from, weapons, uniforms, officers, and I'll oblige on all counts if possible. And comments, keep them coming. I do love answering your guys' comments. And I will see you all at the next episode. Stay grumpy.